the main attraction today. We are joined, there we go, by Dr. Barbara Chilton and Dr. Barbra Haas, I'm so sorry about that, and Dr. Jennifer Chilton, the Dean and Professor and Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. Very impressive titles, and you guys are here to talk about an even more impressive title that the UT Tyler School of Nursing has achieved. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, we were very excited. We were ranked number 31 in the country by U.S. News and World Report for online master's programs in nursing, which is pretty impressive when you consider the number of programs they evaluate across the whole country. So we're very, very pleased to be in that elite group
Absolutely.
of nursing schools.
Elite's a nice way to put it. I mean, you're top of the country in nursing programs. How many students do you guys have in the program, and where all do they come from? Do you see students coming from across the country? Is it mostly East Texas? Where are we seeing these nursing students?
You can take that one.
Most of our students are from the East Texas area or Texas in general, particularly our advanced practice programs. They need to get their preceptorship here, but we do have students across the country and globe. We've even had a student from Jordan at one point, so we have students from all over.
And do you think that having such a diverse array of students leads you to being 31st in the nation when it comes to this program?
Oh, I think there's so many factors that contribute to that. The U.S. News World rankings have very specific criteria that they look at. But in addition to that, I think it's because our faculty are so innovative and open to new ideas and we're on the cutting edge of so many things that word gets out and people are excited to come here.
Now, if you don't mind, let's talk about some of these cutting edge innovations. Can you tell us, we'll do top 2 cutting edge innovations that your students have been able to be a part of over the last couple of years?
Well, new programs might be one. We're very, very excited that we are going to have one of the very few nurse anesthetist programs in the state of Texas. There have been 4 to date, and 3 of them were in private schools. So this would be only the second one in a public school. Now there's 2 other UT system schools that are also getting them, but lots of excitement has been generated about this program because it's a very highly respected program and difficult to obtain, but we've gotten approval and we will be admitting students to begin in fall of 25. We'll admit our first class. So.
Now that leads right into my next question. You offer a wide array of programs for these students to study. Can you go into some of these programs and what differs them from other schools that didn't make this list?
That's a great question.
You want to talk about all the different programs we have? We have a lot.
We have a lot. So we have 5 master's degree programs, including the MSN Administration, MSN Education, MSN Informatics, MSN Family Nurse Practitioner, and MSN Psych Mental Health Nurse Practitioner.
Okay.
And all of those also have a certificate program, which is different. We have a post-bac certificate for the non-advanced practice, and postmasters for the practice.
And then we also have 2 doctoral programs.
Yes.
Right now we have a DNP, which is practice-focused doctorate, and then we have the PhD, which is a research-focused doctorate.
Oh, goodness.
And then again, we're adding more programs.
At all times, from what I've heard, you're constantly innovating and constantly growing the scope of the program and the scope of the studies that people can study. What do you think sets you apart overall from the other schools that were on this list, especially as it pertains to being a UT Tyler school right here in East Texas?
What sets us apart? We're strengths-based,
Okay.
so all of our faculty know their strengths, which means everybody brings something to the table. We don't focus on what you may be lacking or what a person feels they're lacking, and then we infuse that into our students. So our assignments are strengths-based. So if a student came to you and said, I'm really bad at math, but I'm very creative, we focus on that creative and the writing piece, and we don't beat them up because they're not great at math. We find their partner that can help them with that.
That's
So
amazing.
it's a different way of looking at things. It's not beat your weakness into strength. It's just let's build your strengths.
Yeah, and we've been that way for years and years. And then our program was founded almost 50 years ago. We're very excited. We'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary next year. And that program was based on a philosophy of caring, and that continues to this day. So in addition to being strengths-based and learner-centered, we also have our caring philosophy. And that's imbued in every faculty and staff in the program. So when students come to us, the faculty so genuinely care about their success. They invest a lot into the student. So if the student does their part, they're going to have the support.
Now, that philosophy of care and the strength base, those are not normally things that we hear when it comes to such a high level of education. You normally hear, it's so hard, I'm doing everything that I'm not very confident in. But what you're saying is we care about these students. We want to grow their strengths as well as their weaknesses, but we want to focus on what they're already good at. Am I getting that correct?
Yes, that's a
great.
great summary.
What we hope when our students graduate, when they go to their place of employment, that they bring that same philosophy to work, and so people begin to know us by the positive strength building bent people
Absolutely.
should have. Yeah.
And have you been able to see that in some of your graduates already?
Yeah, we just got back from a meeting in Austin, which is a gathering of all the Texas deans and directors for all the schools of nursing across the state. It was pretty exciting because we identified at least 13 of our own graduates who were in leadership positions across the state. So yeah, they're not only embracing that philosophy, but they're spreading it.
Absolutely. Have you been able to see any of the same type of things?
Yes, I was also at the
I was
meeting.
also at the meeting.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
But
sense.
I would say too, like we had another really innovative program called the Specialized Preceptors Innovate Nursing Education, and it was a grant, and we were able to take our students to distance hospitals out in Houston and in Dallas, because many of our students want to work in those areas when we leave. So we developed special clinical opportunities for them, and we were training the hospital's faculty to be educators.
Okay.
And this,
Of the-
yeah, go ahead.
Of
Sorry.
the people that we worked with, one of them, the CFO, is a graduate of UT, Tyler, not nursing and business.
Okay.
And then turns out the CNO, which is the chief nursing officer, had her master's from our program.
Oh, goodness.
So we keep running into people across
Across the
Texas,
state.
The same
across the state,
program.
right?
Yeah, that are in leadership
Finding out.
positions, and they were from
Absolutely.
UT Tyler. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, once again, being ranked 31st in the nation for this nursing program is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what this means from a grant side of things, from an academic side of things? What will this do to bring more people to this school, and how will it give you the opportunity to better the program to hopefully get the top spot?
Well, a lot of students look at U.S. News World Report when they're searching for a school.
Okay.
And we've gotten a lot of applicants because of our rankings in that particular publication. So that's one way it's going to help. But I think what really grabs them is when they actually meet some of the faculty.
Okay.
And again, I think it's our faculty and staff that are at the heart of the program.
I love it. Now, can you tell me, in case there are any prospective students watching, what are the top 3 things, the 3 qualities that you look for when looking at students that you want to represent this program and to finish their education with you guys?
Well, that's a tough one. Well, it is, because they need a lot of qualifications. I mean, it's the obvious things. They have to be smart, they have to be science, but we want people.
Okay.
So we need students who can communicate, who can care about other people. That's a big one these days,
That is
right?
a big
And
one.
thinkers. We need people who can think well, and not just memorize,
Yeah.
but can problem solve. Yeah.
Now, this goes into my next question. You're training the future of the medical field, a field that is the backbone of society. I mean, everyone is touched by the medical profession in some way or another, whether that be people like me whose little brothers were born with a heart defect, or people who had to go to the ER at some point. What do you hope you are training this future of medical professionals to be in a way that betters the industry as a whole? Did that make sense? I hope it did.
You're asking how our graduates will make an impact on
Yes,
healthcare.
ma'am.
Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, take my job, take the mic, take the cameras.
As Dr. Haas said, we're looking for people that can think, because you can train people to do tasks, but you can't train people to think and problem solve and to care, and are willing to do the hard work it takes to climb the hill every day and make sure you're advocating for your patients and advocating for, that's just it, advocating for your patients in a way that you get action for that.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, we're talking about transforming education, but I think it's important to recognize that East Texas in particular has some of the worst health outcomes in the state, and the state has some of the worst in the nation.
Yes.
So what we want to do is prepare nurses who can have an impact on their communities and improve the quality of life of East Texas and beyond.
Alrighty, well, those are all of my official questions that I had for you guys. But once again, is there anything that you would like to add on about the program, about your students, about anything in general? The floor is yours for anything else that you'd like to let our viewers know.
I think one thing we haven't talked about yet is the fact that we are very flexible, very innovative. Our program has never been afraid, our faculty and staff have never been afraid to try new things. We started the preceptor program in the state of Texas. We were the third online PhD program in the country. And now what we're doing is being very flexible, and we have 6 admit starts per year. So people can come in at 6 different time points. And a lot of our courses, and Dr. Chilton would know probably the exact number, but a lot of our courses are 7 weeks in nature. So people can accelerate their program, or if they have to step out for half a semester, they can do that. So a lot of flexibility.
Right, so if they didn't want to start at the beginning of a semester, they could start mid-semester. That's really helpful.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to add as a whole?
Two things.
I knew you had something.
We have the nurse faculty loan program, so one thing that we desperately need are nurse educators.
Okay.
And we'd like to diversify our nurse educator workforce across the board. And if someone is interested in becoming a nurse educator and they get in our nurse education program, either a doctoral program, or are interested in being a nurse educator at the bedside or clinically, we have the nurse faculty loan program. And they can apply for that. It's a very low-cost loan. And at the end of the program, if they are associated with education at the end of it, there's some qualifications we can talk about, but 85% of their loan will be wiped away.
Let's absolutely talk about some of those qualifications. That's an amazing program, especially when we're seeing one of the highest rates of student debt in the history of the United States right now. Can we go into some of those qualifications?
A little bit. Like it's a federal program, so it has to do with their loan background and with the state. So there's pieces related to that. You have to work at an accredited nursing school, or in either way, in a capacity, either at a university or within the hospital clinically precepting a student.
Okay.
That can be in the psych mental health program or a family nurse practitioner. So it's a great opportunity, and beyond that, the state has recognized the need for nurse educators, and there are tremendous loan opportunities that they'll waive after that. So not only if you're a nurse educator, every year it's 4 years, 85% off, and then after that, the state can pick up and they'll start wiping out your loan. So literally, we have some students getting a PhD for free after they do their service and their time.
And that's a pretty hard deal to come by these days,
it is.
especially with the economy the way it is right now. Once again, anything else that you guys would like to add? I'm very far out of my league when it comes to PhDs.
I thought the data analytics lab you might want to
Ooh,
mention. That's
yes,
Okay.
yes. We are so fortunate. We have just a superstar when it comes to nursing, informatics in general, bioinformatics. And Dr. McBride is our Associate Dean for Research. She came to us last year, and she is phenomenal. And she has worked with colleagues across campus, both the health affairs side of the house and the main campus, to create a data analytics lab. It's more than, it's a lab, but it's part of a larger institute.
Okay.
And it's going to be a center for clinical innovation, data analytics, and healthcare research. So within the bigger institute, she has a data analytics lab that will be launched. It was going to be in 2 weeks, but waiting for some equipment to come in, so it's going to be open in mid-April at this point in time. And it's going to, what they can do in that lab is absolutely phenomenal.
I was about to ask, you're saying data analytics and health innovations. What specifically, what tangible things can we talk about when it comes to this, what sounds like an amazing opportunity for students and faculty?
No doubt people have heard of big data. That's what she can do. She and others will do in this lab.
Oh, wow.
And so, for example, they can hook into the our healthcare system here in East Texas, because they all use the same kind of medical electronic record, and will be able to pull data from that, so they can look at projecting who is it that gets XYZ and who benefits most from this. And so they'll be able to look at some of those social determinants of health to give us an idea of how we might prevent things. And the opportunities are endless what they'll be able to do with this data. It's so exciting.
That's amazing.
And we're using, that's when she talks about transforming the health in East Texas. That's how we do it, because you can look at the data and go, identify what the problem is, and then you bring in the student researchers or researchers across great interprofessional research opportunities, develop an intervention, and really helps target and create interventions that help people improve.
So preventative health care, essentially, from a data standpoint.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's good. That's a good way to
Evidence-based
say it.
care. Yeah.
Evidence-based care, there we go. Oh my goodness. Well, this has been, quite frankly, mind-blowing to talk to you about this amazing opportunity that UT Tyler Nursing Program has been blessed with. Thank you guys so much. Once again, anything else that I'm forgetting off the top of my head?
Oh, let's just put a little plug in for the
There we
fact that it's
go.
our 50th anniversary next year. We're
50th.
so excited. And we have two big goals. We have our new simulation lab is opening this year.
Okay.
That's very exciting. So that's opening, and then we'll have a remodel. So we'll have this new beautiful building to help celebrate our 50th anniversary. And so all kinds of opportunities for people to come and be part of that. So we're very excited.
Just nonstop amazingness
Nonstop
coming
amazing.
to
Yeah,
the
and
nursing
excitement.
program.
It is.
I
We need
love
a
it.
shirt, nonstop
Nonstop amazingness.
I love
You can
it.
have it. I won't even copyright it at this point. Alrighty. Once again, Dr. Barbara Haas and Dr. Jennifer Chilton with UT Tyler Nursing Program. Thank you guys so much for joining us and giving us some of this
Thank you
time
for
from
the
your busy
opportunity.
schedules. Thank you.